Okay, I'm seeing a lot of posts about this and I wanted to do this video as kind of like a PSA because making this mistake when you're buying a house could literally cost you like so much money. For context, I was a top agent for 6 years and I've worked on thousands of home sales. Okay, so when you work with an agent, and now this differs slightly based on where you are, but when you work with an agent, you will be required to sign what's called a buyer representation agreement. And now, contrary to popular belief, it actually is in your best interest as a consumer to sign this because it creates a fiduciary responsibility or a fiduciary relationship between you and your agent, which means they have to legally act in your best interest. This is important. Now, even though it's in your best interest to create this fiduciary relationship between you and your agent, it's not in your best interest to sign this agreement with any agent. And that's because not all are created equal. You should absolutely not be agreeing to work with the first person that you talk to until you see how they work. There's a lot of reasons for this, but let's talk about the buyer representation agreement. Now, the verbiage differs depending on where you are, but let's discuss Toronto. In the agreement, it specifically says that while you are in this agency relationship, as a buyer, even if you buy a house with another agent or on your own, you still owe a commission to the agent you have that agreement with. And being a realtor is like the Wild West. Some are amazing. They will help you negotiate tens of thousands of dollars off the deal. They'll help you win your dream home in a multiple offer situation. Figure out which is the best neighborhood for you. They will talk you out of buying a really bad house that has a lot of red flags. But in my experience, there's more bad agents than good agents. The bad ones push you to buy. They don't tell you about red flags. Push you to overpay or remove conditions when it's not in your best interest. It could also be as simple as them not answering your phones or you're out there having to search alone. Now, if you had one of these bad agents and your dream home got listed while you were under contract and you bought it without them because they weren't answering their phone because you didn't want them to be pushy, you would still owe them a commission. That is potentially tens of thousands of dollars that you would have to pay out of your own pocket. Please do not, even if somebody just sets you up on alerts, do not commit to working with them until you see how they work. How can you do this? Ask them to take you out once. I used to frame this as a market education tour. I would take my potential clients out. We'd go see different houses in different neighborhoods, different housing types at different price points. I'd teach them about the markets and the trends and the pricing and the school districts. And then we would watch them to see what they sell for so they could see how each type of house was performing in each neighborhood. Only at that point, once they saw how I worked and how I communicated with them and the expertise that I brought, did I ever think about asking them to sign a representation agreement.